We live in an age where many of us are exploring the legacies of American history with a renewed sense of passion. Facing up to the questions and challenges posed by the past can be deeply meaningful and invigorating. It can also be frustrating and divisive. I want our university to be a model for society, a model for how we have hard conversations and how we move forward with meaningful actions and a sense of unity, even as we disagree. Since the fall, discussion around the Eyes of Texas has taken place chiefly in two forums. Through the work of the Eyes of Texas History Committee, which has now released its report, and on social media. It's clear to me which is the better approach. Social media conditions us to think we can't solve problems together. But when we gather in person, we naturally gravitate toward humility, empathy, and problem solving. Speaking to committee members, it's clear that their process has been respectful, thoughtful, and meaningful. I want to thank them for their dedication to rigor, dialogue, and truth, for modeling an approach to a complex and emotional issue that is focused, candid, fierce, and nuanced. These attributes are vital because we're not moving on from this. We're moving forward with it, together. The report equips us with two things. First, we now have a common set of facts from which to continue our conversation. Having read the report, it's now very clear to me that the history of our alma mater is complicated, more complicated than perhaps any of us ever knew. Parts of that history are inspiring and surprising. Other parts are disappointing and challenging. In these ways, the story of the Eyes mirrors the greater history of this university, indeed, that of our state and our nation. Problems and progress, triumph and tragedy are inextricably linked. We cannot, nor do we want, to parse our school song from its historical entanglements. But while the past may not be perfect, it is a positive story overall. Our university has come a long way since 1883. We can be both mindful of our history and proud of our progress. Second, the report gives us a set of excellent recommendations for how we might move forward together. A few stuck out to me in particular. Leveraging alumni to build a more robust mentoring network, creating history exhibits and teaching modules, funding scholarships that encourage a more diverse Longhorn band. These ideas speak to how our goal of creating a more welcoming campus goes beyond our discussion of the song. Everything we do at UT Austin comes back to three things: research, teaching, and changing the world. Our work around the Eyes of Texas is no different. In particular, the work of the committee focused on research. Next, we will focus on teaching and changing the world. Here on campus, changing the world looks like fostering a diverse, welcoming, and inclusive campus and community. As we move forward in that work, I hope we can look to our school song for encouragement. To be clear, as it has been, no one will be forced to sing it. As Rich Reddick, our committee chair, told me, traditions do not endure through disrespect, coercion, or threat. And I agree. I truly believe the Eyes of Texas can be a force for unity among our students, faculty, staff, and alumni. We need only look at the past for evidence. Over time, our song has been sung by an increasingly diverse community of students and scholars. It's become a rallying cry for excellence, for giving our best, for rejecting mediocrity, and even, on some very special occasions, for holding injustice to account. I was surprised to learn, for example, that Texas suffragists deployed the song in defense of voting rights during the 1910s, and that students sung it in the 1940s at the Texas Capitol in defense of academic freedom and educational opportunities for Black students in our state. In those special moments, Longhorns flipped the script. The Eyes of Texas were no longer upon them. Instead, they became the Eyes of Texas, fixing their gaze on some of the state's most pressing problems and controversies. I hope this is part of the song's legacy that we can recover more fully. I would love to see the Eyes become one of our rallying cries as we foster a welcoming campus and seek a more just world. How do we do that? What do we set our eyes upon? We will find the answer together. And it will come back to those three things I mentioned earlier: research, teaching, and changing the world. Because that is what we do here all the livelong day. Hook 'em.